Oh, there we go. Okay, okay. They didn't change it up a little bit, man. Hey, we going live. Y'all feel free to check it out. The wait for a few more people to tap in. Hey, we gonna get it in. What's happening, y'all? Hey, listen, man. If you on, tag somebody, and we're gonna get it popping in just a minute. In just a minute. Let's say 9:50, and we're gonna get this thing popping. So y'all feel free to share. We're gonna dig in and talk about the effects of media in our community. The effects of media, man. We always taught. I ain't gonna get into it yet. 9:50, y'all be here, man. What's up, pops? Make sure you here, cause I need you to chime in. I know you're a little old school, but you gonna have to type and catch up. We gonna have us a good little conversation, man. Gonna have us a good conversation. And yeah, stay tuned, stay on here, stay locked in, pops. We need you on here. Let's see. Switch Wi-Fi sources right quick. My phone. Understanding of each other, and some of the things that's plaguing our communities. Let's see. All right, if you on, let me know you on. Let's get it in. 9:48. 9:48, man. The let's see. There's also I also created a poll on here. You can check the poll. The yeah, we gonna get ready to get it hot. 9:48. The countdown is begun. Can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me? Type yes if you can hear me. Just want to make sure everything is on point. Okay, cool, cool, cool. That's a good thing. All right, we ready to rock and roll. We ready to rock and roll. And like I say, man, other people tap in when they get the chance. So, look, one of the things that I wanted to deal with tonight, man, just wanted to have a brief discussion. There's a saying that, and it's not just the same, but it's a truth, mentally, physically, and spiritually, you are what you eat. You are what you eat, so, I don't know if some of you guys know that, man, I've been dealing with, positive music, since about 2008, really trying to push that agenda, and I don't even like to call it an option, but to push a better source of music, a better message to kind of change the agenda of the things that our youth are listening to, and the things that they're being fed. So in dealing with you are what you eat, man, one of the things that we wanted to talk about, and like I say, I want y'all to chime in with me, get in here with me, man. Do you guys feel like that there is a difference between, I know like in our communities, the church is a big thing. Church is a big thing. And we believe that the words of the preacher carries power. We believe that, look at their schools, we believe that teachers carry power, and the messages that they give us, the things that they teach us, hey, they create who we are. They create who we are, and they have a way of molding our mentalities, okay? So the question and the topic that I wanted to deal with is, we're quick to say that when it comes to the preacher, to the teacher, to the parent, but then when it comes down to music, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden we holler, it's just music. You know what I'm saying? As if the messages, as if the teachings in it has no effect on us. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that I don't understand is, we'll push that agenda that it has no effect, that it's just music, but we steadily see the messages of the music manifested. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys can remember, and I'm old enough to remember when we first went to the gangster rap kind of sort of thing, and before that it was all about being fly, dressing the best, getting the women. But then when it shifted to the gangster music, man, or hustler music, let's say it like that, everybody wanted to be dealers. Everybody wanted to be dealers. Had a nice car, had a nice the nice vehicles, the wheels, had the money, the jewelry. We went through the cash money era, the bling bling era, and now, man, it seems like we just in a murder, death, kill era. You know what I'm saying? And in those eras, do you guys feel like the messages in media, and I don't want to just deal with just music. Music is something that I'm familiar with, but I don't want to deal with just music. But we want to talk about media all the way around. You know what I'm saying? I believe that the media is a pillar. You know what I'm saying? It really, really plants seeds in our minds. But even when we look at the stereotypes, the messages that are portrayed, the characters that are portrayed on TV. Do you guys feel like, and y'all talk to me, tap in, it's a conversation. Do you guys feel like it has an impact on our communities or the society that we live in? Y'all tap in with me, man. Do you guys think that it has an impact on our society, on our environment, in our communities? Do we feel like, in some areas, those messages, some of the issues that we're seeing in the communities, man, are a direct influence on, from the media that we are consuming. And I believe that there's definitely a conversation that needs to be had, because 90% of the time, man, when you look around, when you see youth, our young adults, man, we got headphones in. You know what I'm saying? We listen, and I'm a music head myself. I love music. I constantly have, if I get in the car, music playing, around the house, music playing. I love it, whether it be music, whether it be teaching, this, that, and the other. And now, we'll point to the youth and say music, headphones. But a lot of us adults, we're constantly consuming media. Whether you're the type that likes to watch the news, whether you're the type that's on YouTube, You know, and again, you know, there we go again. You know, I mentioned the preacher and the teacher, but at the same time, man, how many of us, I don't know about y'all, man, but I call it YouTube University. How many of us have learned things from YouTube? You know what I'm saying? We found a podcast. We found somebody that was teaching something on, you know, YouTube or, you know, different other podcasts, things like that. How many of us have gotten information and it's literally changed our lives? You know what I'm saying? Or impacted our lives. Put it like that. Had an impact on our lives. Has anybody else seen anything like that? Y'all quiet on me. Y'all quiet on me. This is going to be the first of a minute. It's going to be the first of a minute. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, we kind of quiet today. So, let's see. Clicking on stuff. But yeah, so if so, what effects do we feel like they have? You know, so, you know, not many people chiming in, but I would say that it has a great effect. You know, there's no way that I can feel like the teacher's teaching has an effect on my mentality, that the preacher, his message has an effect on my mentality, you know. And you stop and think about, look at the time periods. We can say the preacher, man, we listen to the preacher about 45 minutes once a week, 45 minutes a week. You know what I'm saying? If you go into Bible study, you know, Bible study lasts about an hour, 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? You got about an hour and a half that you're giving, you know, the positive impact. And every time we get to talking about issues in the community, the first thing everybody says is go to church. But the thing is, and I have nothing against that, but what I'm saying is the impact of influence in media. You feel what I'm saying? So now, if we feel like going to church and spending that hour and a half a week can have a detrimental, an amazing impact, a huge impact on our community, right? Why is it that we feel that the things that we feed ourselves the rest of the week has no impact? Or, you know, that's just TV. Oh, you know, that's just you know, that's just music. You know, I don't get it, you know. So when we dig into that mentality, when we start thinking about those things, man, it should make us want to look for, you know, more positive seeds to be planted. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be in the music, whether it be in the TV shows, and you see, when it comes down to media, people are going to push those executives, man, up top. They're going to push what sells. You know? And one thing that I've noticed, like I alluded to a few minutes ago, is, man, I've been, like I say, DJing for artists, pushing artists, promoting. And, man, you hardly get any likes on that. You hardly get any shares on that. And I guess it's a frustrating thing because you can introduce people to positive options. You know what I'm saying? And no one wants to, you know, it's like they don't want to receive those options. They don't want to accept those options. But then we go right back and say, oh, what is it that we can do? How can we change these things? Well, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? When the solutions are there, you know, we've already established that, hey, again, like I said from the jump, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? So I think one of the things that we've got to do is pay more attention to what we consume. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, spiritually, physically. You know, you know, it's only so long that you're gonna be able to eat junk food before your body starts manifesting, you know, before your body starts manifesting what you've been eating. You know, it's only going to take a minute. It's only going to take a minute. Hang on right quick. Let me tap somebody in. Just a minute. Chop a few of my brothers in right quick. Just a second, y'all. Yeah, so again, like I say, man, when it comes down to it, I believe that we are responsible. We have a responsibility, when it comes down to our children, when it comes down to, our communities, to provide better substance. You know what I'm saying? Better substance. You go around to your children, if they were constantly physically unhealthy, right? If they were constantly physically unhealthy, we would do what it took, you know what I'm saying, to see that they were healed. We would take them to the doctor. The doctor said, give them medicine. What's happening? If the doctor said give them medicine, the doctor said give them this, that, and the other, we would be the first in line, making sure that physically they were helped. Physically they got better. So now when we look at our community, when we look at our youth, you know what I'm saying, and look, man, we quick to say the youth, but man, we got some grown folk that's wilding. You know what I'm saying? So when we begin to look at those situations, man, we have to say, hey, what are some of the solutions? What are some of the solutions? And that solution comes from what the scripture tells us. Listen, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You know what I'm saying? So that ties back into what we're saying is you are what you eat. You are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? So again, I want to say it like this, man. Look, when we are promoting positivity, whether it be through music, whether it be through messages, and I understand that not everybody have the same religious beliefs, but man, positivity and truth is positivity and truth. It don't matter who's saying it or what's going on. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the negative stuff, watch this here. When it comes down to the positive, if you're not in my denomination, I don't know nothing about that. If you didn't go to my church, I don't know nothing about it. But not one of y'all in ask what church any of these secular artists go to. Yet and still we jump behind them and we support them and we promote them and we push their images. You know what I'm saying? We push that image, and not only pushing that image, but we push that narrative. We jump behind it. And by jumping behind it, I don't just mean, but you're allowing your children to consume this poison. You're allowing your children to consume this poison. And that poison that they consume, watch. That poison that they are consuming, it manifests in the community. This is why we can't have positive events without all hell breaking loose. You understand what I'm saying? Listen. When it comes down to it, just like I said, you are what you eat. You know that, okay, watch this here. If you're eating certain foods, your performance ain't going to be on point. Athletes are on a strict diet. You know what I'm saying? There are certain, if you go and work out, there's certain medicines, not medicine, but there are certain foods that you need. There's certain protein that you need. There's certain carbs there are certain diets that you're on because you want to see results. It's no way that we can continue feeding our minds poison and expect to get good results. You know what I'm saying? And then we wonder why, our youth have no conflict resolution. You know what I'm saying? Every time it's an argument, it wind up with a fight, it wind up with shooting. Because we don't even sit down and have conversations anymore. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, I was hanging out with my partner Marlon just the other day, man, and it was just beautiful to sit there and have a conversation, to be able to chop it up and run it, because now everybody know we texting. We don't even know how to interact and pick up on the energies with people. You know what I'm saying? So again, like I said, man, listen, when we're pointing out those solutions and that positivity, because I'm going to say it like this, man. Again, dealing with several artists, dealing with several people that have been faithful in pushing and promoting a positive agenda, it gets tiresome. You know what I'm saying? It's, and I'm going to just be real, it's frustrating for a guy to be in the street pushing positivity, pushing mentoring, promoting positive music, promoting positive influences, right? And no one supports that. No one gets behind that. And then when something happens, now all of a sudden, everybody running to him. You know what I'm saying? And if he don't respond, oh, he the devil now. You feel what I'm saying? But there are people, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys. There are people, we've got to get behind those people that are trying to push a better narrative, a better agenda. You know what I'm saying? And there is media, there's positive media all around. You know what I'm saying? From the music, you got people making positive movies. Even with that, man, you see the attack, definitely in the black community. You see the attack in the entire home. You see the attack in the entire home. Every couple you see on TV, somebody cheating, they falling apart, somebody about to leave. Every child you see, most of the children you see, either the boys are feminine, the girls are masculine. You know what I'm saying? Everything is chaotic. You know what I'm saying? And again, that television, that TV is the television. It tells a vision. And I'm going to fuss at those daddies for a minute. And if the fathers are not in the household, if the men are not leading, that's the visionaries of the home. That should be the visionaries of the home. So if we remove the man and we place that black box in there, and it tells the vision for your family, and the vision and the images that it's showing you are chaotic, man, your home is going to be chaotic. And once the home is chaotic, the community is chaotic. You feel what I'm saying? So what we got to do is we got to change the agenda, man. Straight up, man. We got to stop supporting all of that foolishness, and we just gonna keep it real. If another race was putting out songs talking about killing your people, right? You wouldn't stand behind it. We'd be trying to boycott. We'd be trying to pull up. We'd be trying to raise hell. You know what I'm saying? And the truth of the matter is, and that's really what needs to happen on this side of the game. The truth of the matter is if we found out somebody that looked like us was supporting that foolishness. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, we a blackball, and we definitely wouldn't stand behind them. So how is it when it comes to, us, we don't have a problem saying, man, you're not going to make no songs about killing another brother. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to make, we not finna support that. And you telling your children, so straight up, man, we have young black boys that their fathers and mothers are comfortable with them listening to music in the media, being fed. We're going to put it like that because we like to say it's just music. But being fed a message that it's okay to go kill your brother. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Celebrating poison, man. We got to get out of that mentality, and we wonder why we sick. If you embrace the poison, you're going to get sick. Come on, man. If you go in your house right now, and you go to your car and you drink that antifreeze out of there, you're going to get sick, right? You go in your house, you get that rat poison, you eat that rat poison, you're going to get sick. So now, the same thing. There's no way that you can consume these types of things mentally. And not only mentally, it goes past that, but spiritually, right? And expect not to be sick. I don't get it, man. And then we got a few people watching now. If somebody understands that, hey, drop a comment. Y'all listen to me, man. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. Do you guys think that the media that we consume has an impact on our everyday life, which would have an impact on our communities? Do you guys feel that way? Because maybe I'm tripping, but I was always told you are what you eat. I was told, hey, when you go talk to the preacher, man, he gonna give you a word. So now if the positive word can have an impact on my life and an influence on my life, if you could tell me in one instance to go to someone and they could give me some advice that could change my life, right? Don't you think that works in a negative way too? Don't you think that works in a negative way too? What I want us to do, man, is listen, is we got to start supporting and getting behind people that are trying to make a difference. One thing that I've noticed and one thing that I've seen, man, is we have a problem with disqualifying all our leaders. Anytime someone tries to make a difference, anytime somebody tries to take a stand, you know, they have to be perfect. They have to be perfect in our eyes. Yet and still, when it comes to positive things, we feel like people have to be perfect to get behind them. But now when it comes to negative, man, we'll jump behind the devil. If he was walking on this earth, we'll jump right behind him. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage you guys, man, listen, in the community, whether it be music, media, these plays that people are doing, man, when people are promoting positivity, man, you got to get behind them. You got to get behind them. We've got to change this narrative, man. Like I said, you are what you eat. There is no way that we can continue allowing our children. There is no way that we can continue to allow our children to be fed this poison without realizing that they'll be sick. You know what I'm saying? And listen. If you feel like, if you know and you realize that they'll be sick, at some point you've got to start trusting the solution. You know what I'm saying? I believe that there are people that were created, you know what I'm saying, that have solutions. But you can't sit there, going back down that rat poison, you can't sit there and eat the rat poison, right? And they bring you to the emergency room and then you disqualify the doctor. You know, oh, I seen him at the club the other night. Man, listen, the man trying to help you. And if you want to get well, say, bro, you don't have, or I never went to the emergency room and asked the doctor, well, what church you go to? What denomination are you? I just need to know that you can help me get well. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that that's something that we have to do now. And I believe that we're at a point, we're at a time period, we're at a point to where, say, man, if we don't get behind and start supporting positive movements, you know what I'm saying? People that are trying to make a positive impact, people that are listen, the truth of the matter, people that are using their time, people that are using their resources. Come on, man, because some people, you can get selfish and say, hey, man, I'm gonna just do this, and I've done it before. I've gotten frustrated with trying to reach the masses and trying to reach out and do this, that, and the other, and I was like, you know what, forget it. Hey, I'm gonna just focus on me and mine. You know, so we've got to get behind and support those people that are sacrificing to make a difference. That are sacrificing to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it's here. You know, we're quick to say that. We're quick to say that if you don't vote, don't complain. Okay? If you don't vote, don't complain. All right? In our community, and I'm going to keep it 100, and I believe in you go vote, do your thing, and I'm not knocking voting. But in our community, the media, in our immediate community, the media has a bigger influence than government does. So now, if you're not going to support positivity, don't complain. If you're not going to give these kids another option or give them something to do, give them something else to put in their mind, you know what I'm saying? Give them something else to put in their spirit. You can't complain about what's going on. If you're okay with Young Boy or whoever or whatever artist is popular now, feeding your children and raising your children, you can't get upset. You know what I'm saying? When they begin to make those types of decisions. Brian says this here, as a whole, all things media, yes, control the temperature, along with a mix of people who are cool with being followers. Yeah, instead of supporters of difference makers. A lot of people, and that's real. That's real, man, because you'll see the support dwindle. And I'm sure you've seen it. You will see the support dwindle when you're trying to do something positive. You know what I'm saying? A prime example, man. Somebody shoot up the party, man, you're going to get 100 shares on that, 100,000 shares. You're going to go viral for negativity. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife get into it. She get the airing out the business and airing out the laundry. Man, we going to go viral. Yeah, we going to be able to pay these children college off of that. But then you talk positivity. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, you don't really hear nothing about that. You don't hear nothing about that. And I mean, me and my wife were just talking about that just the other day. We as a community, we've got to start celebrating things that really matter. You know, we got to start celebrating. If we know that families, watch this here, that the family is the backbone of the community, we got to start celebrating family again. We got to start celebrating marriages again. We got to start celebrating parenthood again. You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, because it's crazy, because when you're trying to do the right thing, people just say, oh, well, that's what you're supposed to be doing anyways. Well, celebrate that. Celebrate that too. Because a lot of people are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And I like how you said, listen, a lot of people would rather be followers instead of supporters. Listen, being a supporter means that you're going hands on. Man, what can I do to help? I see what you're doing, and I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of it. You know, we have a thing, we call them silent supporters, man. Listen, the enemy is not silent when the destruction is not silent. You know what I'm saying? So I believe it's here. Listen, and I'm going to say that too. That's another thing that we wrestle with, is we've got to develop that. Those that are promoting positivity, those that are promoting making a difference, we've really got to get behind each other. Because there's a lot of people that are doing some amazing things, but if we don't give them the proper platform, if we don't give them a platform, man, nobody ever gonna hear them. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever gonna hear them, because the enemy, man, he roaring loud as can be. You know what I'm saying? The negativity, hey, it's loud as can be. But when it comes down to positivity, say, man, we got to secretly. You know, I can't tell you I support you openly. I gotta come to your inbox. You know what I'm saying? I can't get out of here and say, oh man, hey man, I'm glad you doing what you're doing. Man, I support you, and then man, I back you. And I'ma stand with you even when you're not in the room. Come on, man, that's real support. That's real support. But a lot of people, like we said, man, we rather be followers. We just want to go, hey, now listen, I understand you trying to do something positive, but I'ma hide in the background. But now, if you succeed in this, man, I'm about to jump on that stage with you and act like I've been there since day one. Come on, man. We know how that is. We know how that is. But listen, again, if we want to see a difference, I'm going to go back to the scripture again. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to constantly, man, that's good. It makes no sense to constantly go to the gym if you're not going to change your eating habits. Come on. It makes no sense to go to the gym all the time if you're not going to change your eating habits. You can't sit up there at the gym drinking the icy and leave from there and go to McDonald's. You're not going to see no results, right? Right? So let's use, and I'm just going to paint a picture. Let's use, because like I say again, it's not picking on the church, but that's a place where we, it's a beacon of positivity, in our communities. You know, it always has been. So we can't just do the church thing without changing what we're consuming Monday through Friday. You feel what I'm saying? It's not going to, you're not going to see the results, just like the gym. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to see the results. Yeah, you may wind up sore, but you're not going to see the results. You're not going to lose no weight. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to the community, man, that's the things that we got to look at. We've got to watch what we're consuming. All the way down to the truth of the matter is, man, you have elders that don't really want to work with and help the youth because of images that they've seen. You know, they've sat there and watched the youth shooting up everything. So now they don't want to open up anything to try to have, to entertain the youth or to try to bring the youth together. You know what I'm saying? Some of them think that they're too far gone, and like I said, we got to change that narrative, man. Because at the end of the day, we all we got. We're all that we got, man. Again, like B was saying, man, media. There's an old quote that says this here, man. He who controls the media controls the minds, and he who controls the minds controls the masses, right? He who controls the mind controls the masses. You got to understand that the negativity that we see, y'all excuse the train. Y'all excuse the train. The negativity that we see, it's not an accident. You know what I'm saying? It's not an accident. There's a reason. There is a reason why negativity is promoted. Come on, man. And we can do. I can tell you with this music, definitely. I can tell you with this music, definitely, man, hands down. Man, you can bring your greatest and hey, you can bring your greatest secular artists or negativity artists. And I got some guys that's on that positive that'll go bar for bar and eat them alive. You know what I'm saying? But they'll never see that. Well, I'm not going to speak that into existence. As of now, they don't get the same support and the same backing. You know what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is, even some of us that speak on positivity, when conversations come up about music, man, hey, we quick to jump in the conversation about the greater knowns. You know what I'm saying? But how often do we plug our people, plug the positive people? You know what I'm saying? How often is it that you have people doing positive things in the community, yet and still you holler, oh, it ain't nothing to do? How often do you go and ask those people if they need your support? We got another comment that says this here. People used to be in search of a leader or a voice of the people that everyone could get behind and put them in a position to make a change positively. Hey, I'm going to touch on that just a second. But after being hurt over the years by people with hidden agendas, it hurts the motion towards success for those of us now. For those of us now are trying to make a difference. But it is still possible to make historical impacts in today's time. We just have to push. And I totally believe it. I like that first part, man. It says people used to be in search of a leader or a voice of the people that everyone could get behind and put them in a position to make a change positively. Again, I said this a little bit, but I alluded to this a little bit in the beginning. When it comes down to it, we are one of the only people, listen, that we look, our heroes don't even have to get assassinated by anybody else. Anytime somebody steps up to try to lead, listen, whenever we got leaders that step up, the first thing we want to do, man, is, and the truth of the matter is you really got a lot of leaders that are scared to step up because they know that as soon as they make a misstep, man, their life is over. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk so much noise. And I'm just going to let's use some of these televangelists, man. You ain't never posted now one of this man's sermons or messages or none of his positivity. But as soon as he get caught up in a scandal, you the first one, you got buku stuff to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it really makes some people that really want to step up and make a difference. You really make them want to fall back and say, man, is it really worth it? Like he said, listen, we used to search for leaders. Now we search for reasons to disqualify leaders. Straight up. We do. We search for reasons to disqualify leaders, man. And listen, you got leaders that are trying to lead their homes, in their marriages, in the community. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and that gets tiresome. You know what I'm saying? You got people that's literally putting their lives on hold to help your children, and you can't even say thank you, man. We see that a lot. We see that. Can we be real? You know what I'm saying? You can't get volunteers, don't show up. But when it come down to negativity, say, man, hey, we the first ones to promote that. We the first ones to promote calamity. When we find out a person got an issue, oh man, hey, we gonna put the spotlight on that. But what if and what that does, man, is that makes people skeptical of other leaders that want to step up. So then what winds up happening is when you disqualify all of your leaders, come on, man, the leader is the visionary. The scripture tells us without a vision, the people perish. You know what I'm saying? And that's why in our communities, a lot of times people are just running around like chickens with their heads cut, like the old folks used to say. You know what I'm saying? Listen, how can a movement move if there's no organization? You know what I'm saying? But if we disqualify, my pops used to say this here, listen, sometimes it's not the leadership that we need. It's the fellowship that we need. You know what I'm saying? We can look at a Dr. Martin Luther King. We can look at a Malcolm X. Man, the men wouldn't have been nothing if the people didn't get behind them and support them. You know what I'm saying? It goes back down like B was saying. Listen, we used to look for somebody that's doing, man, how can I help? How can I be a part of this that's making a difference? You feel what I'm saying? Now, and I'm telling you, I've seen it with my own eyes, experienced it. Now, anytime we see somebody trying to make a difference, we point, well, if it was me, or maybe what you ought to do, Or maybe what you should do. Well, if you listen, it's enough work for all of us to be doing something. If you know what this person should be doing, why aren't you doing that? Come on, man. Come on, I'm not saying it's wrong to give ideas, but it can get discouraging at times. You know, sometimes we just need to say, hey, what can I do to help you? I already see that you're doing a phenomenal job. You know what I'm saying? You take with the music, man. I see that you trying to, that you spending your time, your money in these studios, making music. You know, after you get off work, take care of your family and all this here. I see that you're trying to do something positive. How can I help promote you? How can I help push you? And a lot of times, listen, it don't take nothing but a second to click share. Straight up. Nowadays, and I'm saying that because now everything is social media. When is the last, think about this here. When is the last time that you just sat there and said, hey, this is a message that need to go forth. I'm going to share this. Because again, like I said, when it's negativity, we have no problem sharing. We have no problem. And then we wonder why we're consumed with negativity. You know what I'm saying? We sit back and we waiting for our next grade to fall. We're waiting for our next grade to fall. We're waiting for the next scandal. We're waiting for the next situation. We're waiting for the next negative movement. You know what I'm saying? We're waiting for the next murder, the next arrest. You know what I'm saying? And then we sit back. Then we want to sit back and say, oh man, you can't do nothing without something going wrong. Well, what if the people that were doing right were as loud as the ones that were trying to do wrong? You feel what I'm saying? What if we got behind and made the voice of those that are trying to do something positive just as loud as the ones that are doing something negative? Come on, man. What if we stop promoting negativity? What if we stop promoting the artists straight up? You know, listen to this well, and I'm gonna throw color out there just for a second. If a black artist made a song about killing white guys, how many white folk you think would support that artist? Not many at all. Not many at all. It probably blackball them. Honestly, that album, that song probably would never even see the light of day. Let's be real. But when it comes to us killing each other and support the negative, hey, we promote that. We promote it. And what's crazy is we've promoted it so much, and and I'm going to just say this here, man. Sometimes just allowing something can go off as promoting. We've allowed it so much in our communities, in our homes and everywhere else, that it's just become the norm. It's just become the norm. You know what I'm saying? And what they say, sometimes you get numb to things. And I think a lot of times we've gotten numb to a lot of our poisons. We got numb to it, you know. It's to the point to where you take, you know, growing up, I'm an 80s baby, 82, you know, growing up, if we was listening to music and they talked about murder, hey man, you got to turn that off, man. We're not gonna listen to that in my house. Now, man, it's normal. It's normal. You know what I'm saying? When is the last time, and let's just be real, when is the last time you checked out your child's playlist? Come on. When is the last time you checked out your child's playlist? If your child went to school, listen, if your child went to school and in the cafeteria, they were being fed poison, right? There would be an uproar. It'd be a huge uproar, right? A huge uproar. Every parent would be up at the school willing to raise hell, right? So why don't we have, somebody answer this, we got a few people still on, somebody answer this. Why don't we have that same mentality when it comes down to what's being fed mentally to our children, to our youth, mentally to our youth? You know, again, you wouldn't expect them to consume poison physically and it not show up, it not manifest. You know what I'm saying? So mentally, spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Some of these ideas, some of the things that people are talking about, we know, man, you can feel the demonic activity on it. Some of these TV shows, we know that they're not right. We got to stop making excuses for that foolishness, man. Oh, man, that's just TV. No, man, that's just feeding your child. That's just feeding your child. That's programming. That's why they call it a television program. Television, telling you the vision, programming. Come on, man. It's programming you. So if I can program you to feel like your little boy don't know if he want to be a boy or not. Your little girl don't know if she want to be a girl or not. Come on, man. Come on. And make that normal. Make that normal. You know, if I can program you to think that anytime you get in an argument with a person, it's okay to kill them. Throw your life away and their life away. Oh, man, no. You know, it's okay to program you to think that marriages don't work. That marriages don't work. And what the alternative, man, you got people, and again, I'm just talking the majorities. Marriages don't work, and now you got people who got children everywhere, everywhere, and you have fatherless homes. You understand what I'm saying? But hey, it's just a show. It's just a show. Man, that stuff not normal. If it was normal, listen. Let's be real. If some of those stereotypes and images that we see were normal, right? You would see them portrayed on TV and in music, in media, with all races. Come on. Come on. You would see that with everybody. You would see that with everybody. When is the last time? Think about this here. They don't mind showing a TV show of the young man doing a drive-by in the hood. When the last time you seen a TV show of them showing one of them school shooters? Come on. They know that that's not normal. But that's the agenda. That's the things that they push. Again, I just wanted to put some on you guys' mind tonight. You are what you eat. You are what you eat. Be careful. Be careful what you're consuming. And be careful what you're allowing your children to consume. Because listen, whatever you consume, listen, whatever is put inside of your body, eventually it's going to come out. You know what I'm saying? If all that you're putting in here is negativity, and I'm going to be real, it don't just have to be negativity. Foolishness. I always say this here, man, we'd rather be entertained than educated. If it's just foolishness, you know what I'm saying? If it's just foolishness, the time we spend sometimes scrolling Facebook, scrolling TikTok, we could have spent reading a book. Come on, learn a new craft, learn a trade, you know, enhancing our skill set. You know, we got to pay attention to what we eat. We got to pay attention to what we eat, okay? Yeah, that's the first thing that we talked about. You are what you eat. You got to pay attention to what you eat. We want to make a stronger effort, okay? A stronger, honest effort into supporting people that are doing something positive. When you see some music out there that's promoting positive, man, push it, push it. It's enough negativity out there. You know what I'm saying? When you see people that's dedicated to trying to do something in the community to promote positivity and promote unity, man, get behind that and push that. Stop being so critical of people. You know what I'm saying? Even when it come down to leaders, say, man, stop being so critical of people. You know, stop just looking for people's flaws. Stop just looking for people's flaws and learn how to get behind people. Sometimes you got to support the vision. Support the vision. You know what I'm saying? And the truth of the matter is, I know a lot of times when we disqualify people, the truth of the matter is the areas that we disqualify them in has nothing to do with what they're trying to do. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with what they're trying to do. We disqualify them for reasons that have nothing to do with what they're trying to push or promote. So, man, I just want to encourage you guys, listen, get behind positivity. Remember that you are what you eat. And remember those that are helping, hey, they need help also. This has been Live with Big Brother Brandon. I'll let you go.